Welcome to the Political Matrix News. We have the sources, we have the truth from inside the political matrix. The Political Matrix News, we are now on Thursday, the 22nd of August. I would be Rob Milford. That would be Scott Miller. Nod to everybody, Scott. We have a MAGA shirt. What do you got? What do you got on there? Embrace the suck. Yeah, Scott, I got to put that in context. I think that line goes back to Vietnam, and we certainly, it certainly applied for the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. That was one of the stock phrases when I was with the Marines when we started the war in 2003. Greg Fink with a fresh haircut, it looks like, no suspenders, no flannel shirt. So.
Well, less suspenders in the office, you know.
Okay, so we're 2 days post Florida primary. Were there any surprises, shocks, disappointments? Anything?
Disappointments, a few. Shocks. I was shocked about how many of the primaries were spread apart, and how there were like very few close races. There were a lot of incumbents in the Panhandle that lost. Which is
I was very happy to see that that Matt Gaetz' Russian friends lost.
Yeah, one's the incumbent, one wasn't. That's Maria Calkins.
James Calkins, who married a Russian citizen. I'm pretty sure she was a citizen when he married her.
Yeah.
And both of them came in third in three-way races.
Exactly.
And the reason I call them both Russians is because, you know, there's a YouTube video of both of them in Red Square in Russia singing the Russian national anthem for New Year's.
Right.
Okay.
So in my mind, that makes you a Russian.
Okay. It does.
But that wasn't Calkins that was singing. It was the wife/girlfriend.
No, it was Calkins. It was both of them.
Oh, well, that was correct. Was pretty stupid. But okay.
Yeah, it's on video.
I got you. If it's on video, it's got to be true. Oh, wait a minute. Bill Clinton, Wednesday night at the convention. Greg, go ahead and roll that video clip we've got from Bill Clinton from last night.
And sure, I went to Jeffrey Epstein Island 27 times. It was fun as hell, the time of life, but then Hillary killed him and I couldn't go anymore. So now I'm stuck with this bitch, you know.
Okay, we all laughed our ass off at that, okay? Because, boys and girls, what you've seen is a classic piece of AR, political disinformation. And I think this is, you've seen Trump and Elon Musk dancing, but now you're really getting into it, okay? You're really getting into it. This is a portent of things to come.
Right.
And that was last night at the convention. What?
It's very similar to like Donald Trump actually has built a new website for Kamala's issues now, which is his version of her issues.
Right.
She wasn't talking about her. Someone had to.
Exactly. She won't talk about her issues on her own website. So he has his own website talking about her issues.
And there is now a second website as well, Kamala in her own words. Sean Hannity started this the day she was enthroned. What's the word? She was graced with the nomination 4 weeks ago. So he started that in her own words thing. It's hysterical. And there's one after the other after the other. Now the Trump campaign has gotten on that bandwagon as well. I'll tell you what, day 32 of Kamala not having a news conference and really not discussing anything with the media. So we really only know what she has said over the years. And that is what goes into the platform, the Kamala platform.
Remember when they were thinking about Sarah Palin? Whenever Sarah Palin was only waiting a week?
Yeah. She waited a week and the world almost ended.
Yep, absolutely. Now, the one comment I have about the convention, the first note I took up here was, again, Biden's speech on Monday night. That still resonates with me, and it's like, you know what? That boy needs to be put out to pasture. Or if you watch Yellowstone, he needs to be taken to the train station. That's not a threat. I'm just saying that when you see behavior like that, as disruptive as that attitude was, it's like, what's going on with this guy? I think that the biggest problem the Democrats are having with this convention so far, they can't tell time. They
Oh,
cannot
no.
tell time. They're going to put Kamala on tonight. All their primetime speeches have been when? After 10:30, 11 o'clock in the East. Now, for Scott in the
Right.
Central Time Zone, not too bad, except he gets up at the butt crack of dawn to go to work. So maybe it's a touch on the late side. In the Central Time Zone, as you know, the cool thing is that all of the evening shows, I was going to say Letterman, Leno, and Carson, yeah, those guys, Jimmy,
a few years
Jimmy,
ago.
yeah, I know, I'm dating myself, sorry. They all come on at 10:30, so it's great when you're doing morning radio. As Scott knows,
Right.
it's really easy to sit there and write down 4 or 5 good jokes and then use them in the first hour or two of the show, and everybody thinks you're really funny. Okay, so they can't tell. Wait for it. If Kamala is not on television by 10 o'clock Eastern time, I think the DNC has freaking blown it. Has freaking blown it. Last night, to reach the common voter, they had the following people on television in no particular order because I didn't really watch by order. Kenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live. Now, Kenan, has been on SNL for, 10, 15 years, forever, longest tenure of anybody.
Right,
He's worth about $12 to $14 million. Just saying. Doug Emhoff, first gentleman, Kamala's husband, worth about $10 million on his own, not including the money she makes as VP. The Obamas, collectively, worth $75 to $100 million, houses in Hyannisport, Washington, Chicago, and Hawaii. Bill Clinton. Now, he, of course, has to suffer through the fact that he's married to Hillary, but they are combined worth about $120 million. Obviously, the Clinton Foundation pays very, very well. And, of course, the other person to relate to all the common people that the Democrats are trying to appeal to, the other person speaking, Oprah Winfrey, who's worth about $1.2 billion.
Right? Well, I mean, other than Oprah, you really can't question the quality of the products that those other people manufacture. I mean, they make a lot of really good consumer goods. Oh, wait, no, they make a lot of bullshit. They make a lot of bullshit.
Yeah,
so,
they do.
So I guess technically it's
The other
more
way
farm
around.
goods.
I think Oprah has more consumer good experience than the other guys.
And everybody else put together.
Yeah.
Everybody. So you want to know a list of everybody appearing? Now, I'm going to throw these names out, and I'm not really sure which the batting order is, so I'm going to start at one end and end up at the other. And if you have any comments, please jump in after I say their name, okay?
Sure.
All right. The full list, Minion Moore, who is the Democratic National Convention Committee Chair. Representative Veronica Escobar from Texas.
Okay.
Everett Kelly, American Federation of Government Employees. He's the national president. Okay. Imam Muhammad Abdul Alim from a mosque in Pennsylvania. I'm not even going to try to butcher the name of that mosque because it's got way too many letters. Becky Pringle, National Education Association president, and Randy Weingarten, American Federation of Teachers president.
Wow, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, Senator Alex Padilla. Now, I don't know if that's state senator or U.S. senator. I've kind of lost track, to be honest, and I feel bad about that. Try this one on for size. Marcia Fudge. Marcia Fudge is the former U.S. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. I've been pretty well wired into the United States government for, 1970, 50 or so years. I don't even remember this woman. Was she really the secretary? Maybe the deputy assistant secretary? Anybody?
I barely remember hearing Padilla's name. And I'm not entirely sure I'm not conflating him with someone else.
Well, he's talking about Fudge, I think, now.
I'm talking about Fudge.
I know who he's talking about now. Fudge, I never heard her name. Padilla, what I'm saying is, out of the people that you just rattled off, Padilla is the only one whose name I think I might have heard before.
Okay, and I've got more. We're only about a third of the way through.
This is for tonight?
Huh? Tonight, yeah. Representative Ted Lieu, Democrat from California. Senator Tammy. Okay, so that other guy from California was state senator, obviously. Senator Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin. Representative Catherine Clark from Massachusetts. She's the Democratic Minority Whip. Congressman Joe Neguse from Colorado, Assistant House Democratic Leader. Leonardo Williams, Durham, North Carolina Mayor. Representative Raja Krishnamurthy from Illinois. Is he one of the another Indian American, obviously, with a name like that? You know, I'm looking at, I see his name, and I want to say it's Kuthrapali, like the guy from Big Bang Theory. Senator Bob Casey from Pennsylvania. Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts. Representative Jason Crow of Colorado. Jump in. Come on.
There we go.
At least there's some names that I can recognize. But does rolling my eyes, count as audible dissent?
Not verbal.
Yeah. Nobody cares if you dissent or not. Nobody cares. And it still keeps going. Okay, again, Bob Casey and Elizabeth Warren. Then Congressman Jason Crow, Congresswoman Elisa Slotkin, Congressman Pat Ryan. Then we get to my favorite race baiter of all time, the Reverend Al Sharpton.
Go back to Pat Ryan. Are you talking about the Pat Ryan that was Republican Pat Ryan?
No, Democrat Pat Ryan from New York, Congress.
Okay, I was thinking Paul Ryan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is he's gone though, right? He's gone. Then, and it keeps going. I mean, I'm like, what the hell, guys? Are we trying? They're trying to kiss everybody's ass in that entire convention center. Then after that, joint remarks from representatives of the Central Park Five. What? Including
oh my God.
Youssef Salam, who's a member of the New York City Council, activist Corey Wise, Corey with a K, Raymond Santana, and Kevin Richardson. Then you got Amy Resner, former prosecutor and friend of Vice President Harris, Carrie Delaney, Director of Federal Affairs at the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. Who knew there was a national network for incest? Again, do you see the problem here? Does anybody? The Democrats obviously don't go. We got to do this. We got to check off all these boxes, right?
Well,
it's a ceremony.
To their credit, they are correctly assuming that when these people appear on TV, that people are going to assume, well, they must be important, or the Democrats wouldn't have invited them.
Right.
So they must be important representatives of these important issues.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Because they don't need to go deep enough into them to understand what they've been proposing or advocating for. They just need to know, well, this person that I identify with, supports them, so I should too.
Right.
Okay. That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. And again, that there's Kamala. I haven't seen Kamala on that list, and it's sort of hard to tell which way the list goes because she's the last speaker. But if they gave everybody 5 minutes plus your walk-on, walk-off music, we're still at 2 hours. We're still at 2 hours right there. And don't forget, Bill Clinton ad-libbed his ass off last night. He went so far off script, he wasn't in the same time zone. And that's what screwed the night up. But let me tell you, when I first met Bill Clinton, 1974, he was already the Attorney General of Arkansas.
I was born that year.
Huh?
I was born that year.
Yeah, I know. And he's still 2 years younger. He's still 2 months younger than Donald Trump. Go figure. So he was a silver-tongued devil even then. And at this party, he really had his pick of her or her or her. I'm not kidding at all. And I never heard anything beyond. He came over for one party, a fundraiser in Memphis, and those were my serious. I don't want to talk about those political days, but he was a silver-tongued devil even then. So let's see if there's something else on that. I can't get over the net worth of all these people. It just really blows me away. When we come back, we'll talk about the difference between waltz and wallz. There is a big difference because you can't build a wall, but you can have walls. So what about waltz? We'll go through all of that. The Political Matrix News comes to you every week. We do this several times a week, more times than they would like, probably. But we would appreciate a like. We definitely would appreciate a share. All of these things show up in our, what do they call that things? The metadata. And, of course,
Piggy
a
bank.
subscription. A what?
Our piggy bank of data.
There you go, the piggy bank of data that we will never sell, never give away, never fondle, spindle, or
No.
mutilate. And also a subscription would be terrific. We're not going to charge you. If you subscribe now, we're never, ever going to charge you, ever. It's the people that later will get around to sticking it to them.
The other
All right?
guys.
All right, so that's on behalf of Scott Miller and Greg Fink. I would be Rob Milford, and we are the Political Matrix News.